Do you want to adore your garden with colorful hues of moss rose? In today's video, we will discuss everything about this plant that will keep it brimming with vibrant flowers. We will cover the complete care of this plant, including its soil requirements, sunlight and water requirements. We will talk about how to propagate it, which fertilizer to use, its diseases and pest attack, and finally, I'll share a tip that will help you grow a lot of bright flowers. So make sure to watch the video till the end. But before starting the video, I'll request you to please subscribe my channel and click the bell icon. अगर आप ये वीडियो हिंदी में देखना चाहते हैं तो ऊपर दिए गए लिंक को क्लिक करें। लिंक वीडियो के डिस्क्रिप्शन में भी दिया गया है। Hey guys, welcome to Garden Canvas. Moss rose or 10 o'clock is a beautiful flowering colorful plant that spreads like a grass in the garden, pot or sides of the pathway. It blooms in various colors like red, orange, cream, purple, white, yellow, pink, deep purple and many more shades. There are many names for moss rose. Few of the names in English are moss rose or Portulaca or 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock or sun rose. Few of the names in Hindi are 9 bajiya, 10 bajiya, gul dopehri or ghari flower. The botanical name for moss rose is Portulaca grandiflora. Moss rose mainly comes in two varieties, desi or the hybrid variety. Desi variety produces slightly larger flower compared to the hybrid one, mainly in pink, red and white colors. On the other hand, hybrid varieties are smaller in size, but in compared to desi varieties, it comes in wide varieties of colors, including yellow, orange, peach and mixed shades like pink and white, the one that you see on the screen right now. It is a semi-succulent plant that stores water in its leaves and stem. It usually grows to a height of 6 inches to 1 foot. When planted in hanging basket, it looks quite appealing. Moss rose is a summer flowering plant. It produces numerous flowers during the intense sunlight and heat. Its flowering season starts from early summers and continues until the monsoons. During winters, it goes into a period of dormancy with minimal growth and no flowers. But as soon as the summer returns, it starts blooming again. Let's talk about the soil and water requirements of this plant. This plant can grow in any kind of soil, but it thrives in well-drained sandy soil. In all the moss rose plant in my garden, I use 1/3 garden soil, 1/3 sand and 1/3 vermicompost. This mixture doesn't retain water at all. Moss rose doesn't require much water, so we should only water it when the soil appears dry. Overwatering can lead to root rot and an abundance of foliage, but fewer flowers. Regarding sunlight requirements, it thrives in direct sunlight, so place this plant in an area which receives minimum of 5 to 6 hours of direct sunlight. It can tolerate both sunlight and dry soil easily. So how do we propagate moss rose? Moss rose can be easily propagated through cutting. Take a 3 to 4 inches long cutting and remove some of its lower leaves and plant it in a container with the potting soil. Add water and keep it in a shady area for 2 or 3 days. After that, move it to direct sunlight. Within 15 to 20 days, roots will start developing and soon you will witness a good growth. Look at this glass container where I planted 4 cuttings of this plant, and after 20 days you can see how well it has grown. You can also see the roots around this plant through this glass container. Moss rose can also be reproduced through seeds and they normally fall around the plants, giving rise to new plants. If we talk about the fertilizer, this plant doesn't require excessive fertilizer. Generally, the soil in which they are planted provides sufficient nutrients. However, for good growth, every 1 month you can add fertilizer to it. If you see a pot in which they are planted, you will find that they have spread completely and there is no space to add fertilizer. Therefore, to add fertilizer, you should use liquid fertilizers. You can also use seaweed granules. Just add few granules to the pot and when you water the plant, they will easily dissolve with the water. As for diseases and pest attack, moss rose is generally resistant. However, sometimes aphids and spider mite may infest on it. For that, every 1 month in 1 liter of water, mix 5 ml of neem oil and spray it on the plant. Now let's talk about the tip that I mentioned earlier that will result in lots of and bright flowers in the plant. For this, add 1 teaspoon of Epsom salt in 1 liter of water and spray it on the plant. Alternatively, you can also add 1 teaspoon of Epsom salt directly into the soil of this plant. So follow the tips that I mentioned in this video to grow the moss rose plant. And if you are growing the moss rose plant, then do share your experiences with me. And if you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to my channel.